So the last step here is actually taking 2.5 cc's out of here and putting it in here. Now what I want you to do is actually rip this little tab off. Now the reason why this tab is here is because you can rip off this tab and the collar, and then you can take the the stopper out of here. Now you're like, why would you want to do that? Well, if the person has a latex allergy, even though these stoppers are not latex, they're isobutyl something or another, they're not latex. But for sake of caution, we when everybody's has a latex allergy, we pull the stoppers out and then we withdraw the contents directly from the open top vial. So in this case, we want to do that. Now there's a couple other situations. There's a couple of lidocaine products that come like this as well, and they're mostly used in the OR, but sometimes they're used in the ER or in the ICUs. I want you to be aware of this, so if you come across this, or if you're monitoring text, that you understand why we're doing this. Okay, and like I said, some products do come like this, and you have to be aware of that. So in order to take this off, and we don't have to swab the top on this because we're not going through the vial stopper, we're going to pull it off like that, and then you just remove the collar, and then remove the stopper. Now here's the tricky part, is you got to remove the stopper in such a way that we are not blocking first air. So if I were to do this, I'd be blocking first air. So I'm doing it from kind of behind, and then I take the stopper out and go like that. Alright? So then we take our syringe, and we take our needle, oops, no, I just did something really bad. As I went in front of here like this, that's bad, right? So I forgot where the needle or where the vial was. So forgive me for that. But so we take the needle cover off. Now this is exactly like an open top ampule, right? So at this point, we're going to unstick the syringe first. So I push forward a little bit. It kind of unsticks the syringe in the barrel, in the plunger in the barrel. And now I put the ampule in here. Now this one, since it's so large, I would not suggest turning this upside down. It'll come right out. There is like no surface tension here because the opening is so large. So in this case, we are going to put it in the neck, and as I tip it, I'm going to pull out the volume. I'm trying to be very careful not to spill it like I just did. That was, of course, demonstration only, right? Alright, so I pulled back, and we're going to put 2.5 cc's in here. So as I read, before I do anything, I want to pull back on the syringe, pull that volume out of the hub so I'm not spraying all over the place, and then I can push the syringe up to the volume mark that I want. Now, this is just shy of 2.5 cc's, and pretty much the rest of my volume is on my hood area here. So I'm just going to pull back a little bit, and then I'm going to push up and see where I'm at, and I'm just shy of 2.5 cc's. It's all right there. But anyway, so I have a bubble right there, so I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to pull back on the hub, make sure there's nothing in the hub before I try to get this out, so I don't get spray back on me, and I'm not damaging the HEPA filter. I pull back again before I push up and to the dose I want, and yeah, I got 2.4 cc's instead of 2.5, so we're just going to have to deal with that. Alright, so I push this up like this, I grab a hold of the injection port, I go in at a 45-degree angle, and then I go straight down, and then I inject it. Alright, the last piece is, of course, putting the silver tab on, or the blue tab, for the injection port. Alright, so the reason why we have this blue tab here is if I send the bag up to the floor like this, how do I know that no one injected anything else in here? Right? So we have to have some kind of assurance, or some kind of safety measure. So what we do is that we put this here, and now this isn't the exact right one that you should be using. There's other ones. There's longer ones or more oblong ones, but this is what we got, so we're going to use it. We put it like this and make sure the back is sticking, and then you kind of fold it off to the sides like that, and then you can bring it forward and then crimp it all the way down like that. Like I said, not the best port cover or port seal for this. This is really for a vial stopper because it's round. But this is what I had on hand, and that's what we're going to use because you may or may not have the right ones in your pharmacy at that day, that time. So just to show you can use other things, other shapes to be able to do this, and that's it. And that's what you're going to be doing step by step in the IV lab. Again, do look over the lecture notes so that you have familiarity from that standpoint, and I will see you in lab. Now, make sure again that you take off the syringes, or the needles, I'm sorry, of the syringes, and we're only going to throw these in the sharps containers, okay? We're throwing this in the sharps containers, this in the sharps containers, your filter syringe, I mean your filter needle, and this, okay? Everything else, this all can go in the regular trash. That can go, actually, I'm going to keep these if you don't mind. If you hold on to these vials, I can always wash them and you reuse them. But all your needle, all your barrels, all of your trash like this, that can all go into regular trash. We're going to save this, and we're going to put these into the sharps container. All right, and this we're going to throw out in the regular trash as well. All right, I'll see you in class.